What do you do when your neighbor lets her dog leave a steaming pile in your yard every single day and refuses to pick it up? Oh, and when you finally confront her, she sneers and says, "What are you going to do about it?" Well, in my case, I did something she never saw coming. And let's just say karma was delivered in a very smelly package. If you've ever dealt with entitled neighbors who think the rules don't apply to them, hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready. Because this is one of the most petty, yet deeply satisfying, acts of revenge you'll hear today. I live in a fairly big city, the kind where most people are decent, especially dog owners. We've got dog parks, little poop bag dispensers along the sidewalks, and honestly, most of us love dogs so much that we don't even mind if a pup does his business nearby, as long as the owner picks it up. But then there are the exceptions. The ones who think they're above common courtesy. The ones who ruin it for everyone else. See, I have a security camera that points right at the sidewalk in front of my yard. It's not there for spying. It's because people often let their dogs use that patch of grass, and I like knowing who's around. I'm usually not home at that time of day, but with the camera, I can see exactly who's letting their dog do what. And that's when she appeared. One woman. Every single day. Like clockwork. She'd let her dog wander right into the sidewalk area of my yard and drop a fresh pile. Not once, not twice, every single day. And she never, ever picked it up. At first I thought, maybe she just forgot. Maybe it's a one-off mistake. So I gave it time. But nope. Days turned into weeks. Same routine. Her dog pooping in my yard. Her walking off like nothing happened. So I tried the polite route. I posted about it on the neighborhood network. No response. I put up little signs in the yard. Please clean up after your dog. Didn't matter. My neighbor even yelled at her once. Hey, pick up your dog's poop, lady. And her response? I don't have time. I have to walk my dog before work. When my neighbor called her out, that's super rude not to pick up after your dog. This woman just smirked and said, what are you going to do about it? Then she walked off. That was it. That was the moment the fuse was lit. Here's the part that makes this sting even more. I used to have a dog. Not just any dog. A 250-pound, gentle giant, my best friend. He was goofy, he was kind, he loved kids, cats, strangers, everyone. He passed away 2 years ago of old age, and losing him broke me. But even with his size, we were always responsible. His poops? Massive. I'm talking piles the size of softballs, sometimes 5 or 6 inches high. I carried grocery bags stuffed with smaller bags every time we walked, because he'd go multiple times. I had a scoop shovel and a 14-gallon bucket filled with sawdust to manage the yard. I never once left his mess behind for someone else. Never. When he passed, I wanted to honor him. So I set up a little free dog treat library in front of the house, with a container of free poop bags for local owners. I even put out a small bucket labeled, "If you have used poop bags, drop them here." I wanted to make it easy for people to do the right thing. So, watching this woman deliberately disrespect my yard, it wasn't just about the mess. It felt like a slap in the face to everything I'd learned about being a good dog owner. My neighbor, bless her heart, even tried to help. She started picking up after Poop Lady's dog just so my wife's car wouldn't get hit with stink every morning. She told me about the rude confrontation about that smug line. What are you going to do about it? And I felt something inside me snap. Because you don't ask me that question. Not unless you really want to find out. See, when my old boy passed, I had stockpiles of supplies left over. Treats, toys, and poop bags. Mountains of them. We'd bought them in bulk because, well, when your dog is practically the size of a pony, you prepare. And now, staring at my shelves, I realized these bags weren't just a reminder. They were the perfect weapon. Because Poop Lady clearly didn't like using bags. So, I'd make sure she had more than enough. The next morning, I waited. Camera on. Coffee in hand. Sure enough, right on schedule, she strolls up with her dog. He squats. He does his thing. She looks around like she always does, and then starts walking away. That's when I stepped outside, smiling, holding a giant roll of neon green poop bags. Hey there, I called out cheerfully. Looks like your dog left something behind. Here, take a bag. She froze, glared at me, tried to wave me off. I don't have time. I cut her off. Don't worry. I've got hundreds. Take as many as you want. And I didn't just hand her one. I shoved an entire roll into her hand. Bright, obvious, impossible to ignore. My neighbor came out too, grinning ear to ear, and chimed in. Yeah, no excuses now. Bags are free. The look on Poop Lady's face was priceless. Red, furious, caught with zero escape routes. She bent down, picked it up, grumbling the whole time, and stomped away with a poop bag swinging in her hand. From that day forward, not a single poop left in my yard. Not once. Every time she came by, she'd glare at the camera, yank her dog along, and begrudgingly use a bag. Word must have spread too, because other neighbors started using the treat library more, dropping bags in the bucket, chatting about how nice it was someone actually cared about the community. And me, I didn't even have to escalate further. Just one perfectly timed moment of public embarrassment did the trick. Remember how she asked my neighbor, "What are you going to do about it?" Well, I gave her the answer. I didn't yell. I didn't threaten. I just handed her the tools to do the right thing and forced her to face the fact that everyone was watching. And now, instead of a yard full of dog poop, I've got a neighborhood full of grateful dog owners and one very humbled poop lady. Sometimes revenge doesn't have to be cruel. Sometimes the best payback is showing someone they don't have a choice but to act decent. And honestly, watching her bend down, red-faced, and finally pick up after her dog was the sweetest victory I could have asked for. So, what do you think? Was this the perfect way to handle it? Or would you have gone even further? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this story of petty justice, make sure to like, subscribe, and stick around for more stories where karma always finds a way.